It's because I had muted the microphone. I've muted the microphone. I haven't put the overlay on. What is this? Sack me. Somebody sack me. Absolutely despicable behavior. It's because yesterday I was working on the new software and I've got a new audio mixer. Well, just let me off, right? It's Friday. Everyone's feeling vibey. Everyone's feeling better now, right? Good. What a brilliant start to the show that was. Yeah, that is a poor start, Callum. 1 minute late. You can tell it's Friday. I'm not even hungover. Still haven't drank in January. I haven't actually missed it that much. Anyway, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Again, seeing you didn't hear me the first time. We're going to speak about salty Pep Guardiola. His comments on Omar Berrada, and if Pep Guardiola's salty, it probably means it's a good thing. We're going to speak about Man United's lack of activity in January. There's no Callum Wilson signing. What's the point? What is the point in even covering that? I have no idea. Like, be selective, people. Anyway, we'll speak about Callum Wilson and the fact that we're not going after him and the fact that we can't even afford a bloody loan signing. I should be fired. Absolute sackable offence. INEOS should come in here and say, look, Sam, right? There used to be an elite performance culture in here, but now you've got comfortable, you've got sloppy. Like, you're gonna have to go. All right, we're gonna have to replace you. I'll be like, you know what, Brailsford, seems fair enough. We'll speak about more changes that are happening from INEOS at United, focusing on the medical department this week, today. Then we're going to speak about Newport. We'll speak about Newport on Sunday. Football's back. That was a long old winter break, wasn't it? My God, how many? So what is it? Every season now, do you get, is it 4 international breaks and that winter break? Damn. We need football 24/7. But look, good morning. Who's here for the member gang? Let's have a quick look. Top Death Angel, good morning to you. King Faya, let's get a plane and a banner Sam out. I'll be honest, yeah, you should. I'll just hand him my resignation in the morning. This will be the last show we ever do. Josh, good morning to you. Kenny, Brian Madhouse. We've got Nickel. We've got Akash Devo Lee, Stephen. Someone called Big Fan. Great name. JC, good morning to you. And Paula Giles and Rapides. Who's here on Facebook? Let's have a look. We've got, let's see some names. We've got Ben Mogi, Chris Hall. Good morning to both of you. Maurice Kelly. We've got Chris Wynn. We've got Kess, J-Boy, and Jonathan. How you doing? Good morning to all of you. Hope you're going to enjoy the show today. What are you all doing at the weekend? No football until 4:30 on Sunday. Means you've got Friday night, you've got Saturday night. You can be hungover, but you can still be all right for the 4:30 kickoff. Not good for travelling fans, but for armchair fans, probably suits. Akash saying can't wait to go for the shop to go live. These bad boys, man. Damn, my niece drew pen on this. Was it me? I actually think I just blamed it on my niece, but I'm pretty sure it was me. Sorry, Neve. Yeah, I'm looking forward to opening the shop again. Just doing things. I'm staggering things. I've worked for another 4 hours on the new live software yesterday. Now, you might think that I'm sort of going overboard and saying, well, how is it taking that long? There's so many integrations I'm trying to do and so many engagement levels on. It's something that will be, again, unrivaled with any other United live show. If I can get it right, and I want to get it right, let's see if I can get it right. Who joined as a member there? We've got old man gaming. My gong's up there. Oh, no. 1 second there. Maybe a hint as to what's to come. Well, I suppose we'll see then. Right, let's start talking about everything else, seeing as I'm 5 minutes in and I haven't even mentioned any news yet. Yes, Batman, remember to like the video. Thank you very much, dude. But look. Pep Guardiola was speaking about Omar Berrada. Did everybody see the video? When Pep gets sort of rattled, he gets very tetchy, very touchy. It's kind of very, very like a reaction, like he's just getting a little cheeky electric shock. And Pep Guardiola was asked about Omar Berrada's sort of. 1 second, my chair's in the wrong place. Heaviest chair in the world. That's better, right? Jeez, I've been, look at me, absolutely abysmal. Left the gong over there. My chair's in the wrong place. The microphone was muted. The overlay. It's all too much. I honestly think that there should be like like a coup. You get a new presenter on. But you know what always makes me laugh? Well, probably smile. How pissed off Pep is that he doesn't get more praise, that he doesn't get more credit for what he's done at City. And he would have loved to have done that at United, but we just did not have the club structure, the people in power, and just the right fundamentals in place for Guardiola to succeed at our club. But he is so angry that that he doesn't get more credit, and he knows that he would have got that at United because United are a massive club and City are nothing but a play toy. It's just funny. I mean, that's pretty much the only thing I can laugh at when it comes to City, for being honest. But I will laugh at that. But I won't laugh at this. I won't laugh at this, though, right? I mean, Man United in the January transfer market has hardly been spectacular. People are saying that super chats aren't coming through. There was a super chat from I'm a Batman earlier. I can see that one. But if there isn't, I apologize. I don't know what's going on there. But this may be, and I can't say this with a complete promise because things might happen over the weekend, but this might be the last show on the old software. On Monday, if everything works and goes to plan, it could be finally. It's basically been like the takeover. Me and launching the new software has been like Ratcliffe trying to get the 25% takeover United done. I don't know when I first mentioned it. I was sat there on the new sort of designs. I've been sat on it for about 6 months. just never really had the sort of ability to do it. But the January transfer window was never going to be spectacular for United, but we all thought, well, we might be able to get someone on loan, right? Another Weghorst signing. And there are going to be people that slag Weghorst. But if you specifically say, name a 6-week period where Manchester United have played their best football under Erik ten Hag, it is the 6-week period where Weghorst, I'm pretty sure, started every single game. After the World Cup in January, after Weghorst came in, and I don't think he started everyone because I don't know when he came in January. I think it was kind of later in January. We were in good form anyway. And then he came in. I'm not saying that we were in great form because of Weghorst, but he certainly didn't make it worse. My point here, we were hoping that we could have some sort of signing that might make some sort of impact on the second half of the season. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be the case. Let's run through this article from Laurie Whitwell yesterday. Manchester United's January transfer plans will remain unchanged despite Martial undergoing groin surgery. It's expected to keep him out for 10 weeks. The club are not projecting to make any major signings, and even a loan arrival has been ruled out at this stage. Like, you might not like it. I don't think any United fan does, nor should we. But it is the truth about how bad the state of our club's finances really is. It's the reason why Ratcliffe now owns 25% and has 100% control of the football operations. Like, we are in a mess. And we're in a real pickle, actually. It's very hard to determine that this is why you've never seen any sort of definitive article or video from me or article from The Athletic or The Times or The Telegraph or the BBC or anybody that we would trust saying this is how much Manchester United have overspent and this is how much they need to raise by this date to avoid profit and sustainability rule breaches. It's hard to decipher. The big thing that changes it is going to be sales, and particularly sales of academy players, which is why in the summer the likes of McTominay, what other academy players are up for potentially being sold in the summer? Rashford, I think. It's not. And all these things sort of get taken out of context sometimes. It makes it difficult for these live shows. I don't think United will be actively looking to sell Marcus Rashford this summer, but just part of my back of my brain just keeps repeating that if Mbappe is leaving PSG on a free for Real Madrid, I think they're going to be coming towards Marcus Rashford as a potential. I'm not saying that he is a Mbappe replacement, but they are going to be looking towards Marcus Rashford. There's only a few players I think they would look towards. Hannibal, of course, could leave as well. It's a good one. Who else we got down here? No. Am I missing any down here? I mean, you could get Pellistri, but you're not going to get too much for him. Probably that's about it, really. I mean, there's loads of other players that could be leaving, and obviously taking wages off the Greenwood, actually, that's a pretty good one. That's a fair one. I imagine United will cash in on Greenwood in the summer, as we should. I imagine United will probably get I imagine we'll get a decent amount for him, or we should. How old is he now? Is he 21? Man, do you remember that season? That season in, I think it was 1920, 22 years. That season in 1920 when Rashford, Greenwood and Martial scored 70 goals between them. 70 goals. What could have been, eh? But do you know something that this really shook me when I read this morning, right? No, not literally 1920. I don't think that Martial, Greenwood and Rashford were scoring 70 goals in 1920. But the last time that Anthony Martial completed 90 minutes for Manchester United was in 2021. Honestly, like, I had to read. You know, when sometimes you do the old double take, like, huh? And do you know what makes that even worse? That was the only time that season that he completed 90 minutes. Oh, my word. How, of course, it's Captain Hindsight coming through, but Man United, because of, I know exactly what happened. Because of Paul Pogba situation and because of Ed Woodward, he was convinced that the only way you can protect the value of a player, asset in his phrase and terms, is by giving them a massive contract. Because then when you want to sell them, they've got loads of years left on their contract. And great. And that has absolutely royally screwed United with so many players. Martial, Phil Jones are two contracts that should never have been given out, but were given out because we didn't want to lose players on frees. I hope that we're coming towards the end of it now. But my word, that really, really damaged us for a good few years. And you know, one thing that I haven't there's somebody I haven't spoken about really on this channel for about, feels like a solid like week and a bit, which is quite surprising really when you think about it. But there's no January signings at all. So Eric Ten Hag has got to get a tune out of these players. Eric Ten Hag has got to get this team singing in the second half of this season, doesn't he? And I can say that as I'm genuinely a fan of Eric Ten Hag. I think he's made some big old mistakes this season. But I also remember how good we were after the World Cup and winning the League Cup. And I think about if we can get back to that sort of mentality and fitness and approach and with better players in them, we are just going to become a significantly better team. But he has to find this rhythm and it has to start against Newport. People are going to laugh at United because of how strong our team is going to be. We're only playing one game a week for the rest of the season. It is going to be full strength team every single game. There isn't going to be much rotation. And kind of nor should there be. Not if you play your strongest 11. And I'll speak about Newport in a bit. I'll speak about the Burnley game as well. Oh, Johan Sjøberg. Did I do that right? Gifted 5 memberships. What done? Let's whip the gong out. Now that the gong come back. Jeez. Pep's also thought we have Julia Roberts. He's just sitting there watching Notting Hill, just like throwing his tea, throwing his tea at the TV, flipping the table. It is Julia Roberts in Notting Hill, isn't it? For some reason, I always end up messing her and Sandra Bullock up. Definitely Julia Roberts. 100% Julia Roberts. Yeah, good. So I thought I was going mad there. It is Julia Roberts, isn't it? It's definitely Julia Roberts. Yeah, good. I don't know why I always do, but for some reason, I always end up messing up Julia Roberts and Sandra Bullock. I don't know why. Anyway, it might be a quiet January transfer window as far as signings goes. But United's younger goalkeeper for the under-21s, Radek Vitek, has joined Accrington Stanley on loan for the rest of the season. And that right there, there's a short video that probably has just gone out right now on TikTok and Instagram. Actually, if you want to check it, that is the 9th loan spell, or 9th loan that United have agreed, from Van der Beek and Sancho through to Hannibal and Dangor, Radek Vitek, Reece Bennett, Maxi Oyedele. Who are the other two? Oh, nearly got full house here. Nearly got full house. Balls. I remember the other two. Mind freeze. Reece Bennett. Sorry. Fernandez. Yep. There's one more there. Who's the other one? Who is it? No, Palestri's not left yet. Come on. There's one more here. I've already said Dangor. It doesn't count. There's one more. Come on, people. It's a quiz. Everyone loves a quiz. Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, check the video out. Check the video out because it's already in there. Palestri's not left on loan. Joe Hugill, there you go. Yes, Duncan. Duncan coming in strong there at the end. Look at that. Team event. And look at that. Ricky gifting 5 memberships, not to celebrate, but I'm going to use it as a celebration. Will that be the last gong hit? No. It might be. We'll find out. But look, all this week, and the reason I haven't really spoken about Erik ten Hag that much is the focus has been on just all structures at Manchester United. The focus has been on the audit and the overhaul from INEOS and Dave Brailsford. Mainly Dave Brailsford, basically. And this is the latest change, right? So far we've got our CEO who's left. We know that we're actively pursuing the sporting director and the head of recruitment. But something that's been a massive problem, and this isn't just a Man United problem now. This is a Man United problem that has existed inside our football club I remember Solskjaer complaining about it. Honestly, I think you can go back a long, long way. I don't know when it particularly kind of started to get like visibly worse, but we've always had bad injury records. It feels like it anyway. Of course, that might have like recency bias in my mind. But the medical department absolutely needs an overhaul. I'm going to read through this from Paul Hurst from the Times because changes are already happening. Manchester United are planning to shake up their medical department as they drive to improve standards at the club. We know that. Gary O'Driscoll has been reviewing the medical department staff and practices since he was poached from Arsenal. And, of course, this was talked about and sort of laughed at, saying, oh, look, we've brought in the head of sports medicine from Arsenal and still we're getting all these injuries. Not doing a very good job, is he? No. Whereas in reality, what Gary O'Driscoll has been doing for a few months is an audit. Like Man United, if I'm correct, the whole of Manchester United has 1,200 employees, I think. I think that's right. And there's going to be a massive cutback. You're going to see not lots of people just like booted out the door, but just sort of lots of people, Brailsford and INEOS are going to say, look, we're just restructuring. And unfortunately, the roles that existed before are now going to be streamlined. And unfortunately, that means this role. And there's going to be a lot of people leaving. So O'Driscoll's been doing this for a while, since September. And it sounds like we know the first person who's going to be leaving. The Times understands that one senior physio will leave his post amicably, although the club refused to comment. Now, I spoke about departures that I was sort of semi-predicting this week in my structure video, and I actually looked towards the first team conditioning coach. Can't remember his name. But anyway, reports are suggesting that it's Robin Sadler's leaving, the head of physiotherapy and rehabilitation at Manchester United. And then when you say that, you go, oh, yeah, well, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, that makes perfect sense. You're talking about rehabilitation. This season alone, Martinez came back from a metatarsal injury, was allowed to play too early, aggravated the injury, and had to do more surgery. I believe this season, the reason that we haven't seen Tyrell Malacia is because he had knee surgery. And during the rehab, I'm pretty sure there was an aggravation and he had to have more knee surgery. I think it's happened twice this season. Players post-surgery, training too hard too quickly, and then getting injured again and having more surgery. I'm not saying that's completely Robin Sadler's fault, but when it comes to spotting problems and fixing them, yeah, you can understand why the head of rehabilitation, you can understand exactly why he might be losing his job. So that's going to be part of the changes here that keep happening at our club. And I know that a lot of you are going to sort of kind of be bored of me talking about all these changes now. I've waited so long for this, and I think we all have. I'm going to keep talking about it. I'm going to keep focusing on it because we are watching in real time the true revolution at Manchester United, picking out all departments and say that wasn't performing properly, that wasn't good enough, that wasn't good enough, that needs to be changed. The CEO's gone, the sporting director's coming in, the head of recruitment's coming in, and a head physio and head of rehab. You haven't done your job properly, dude. Look how many injuries we've had over the last 3 years. Appreciate your time. Good luck elsewhere. We're going to be going down a different path now. We're going to be trying to change it. Thank you for your time. That's what is going to happen. And that's what should happen. Whereas at United, Martial, perfect example. Just wait and go. It might turn around. It might turn around. Probably won't turn around, but it might turn around. Yeah. But wow, Akash, dude, thank you very much for that super chat, dude. Wow, what are you saying? You're saying City are clearly spitting blood at Barada, jumping ship. Hope more people do. What, jump ship from City to United? The way the finances have been ruined for an organization that brings in $1 billion in revenue, makes me want to vomit. Personnel leaving is sad but needed. I mean, is it sad? And I mean that in the you can't say that sentence really politely, but I mean, is it sad? It's not sad. We can't have that same sort of energy towards get rid of Martial. Anthony's got to be sold. Jadon Sancho's got to move on because we're talking about accepting standards and moving Man United upwards and onwards. That exact same energy exists towards the staff at Manchester United, right? It has to. You have to have that thing the whole way through. Elite performance culture isn't just about the players. It's about the staff. It's about the managers. It's about who's in charge of said staff. It's everything. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. I honestly think 75% minimum at Manchester United, they know staff-wise and the performance side of things, they know their job's at risk. I would say 75% of changes, 75% of staff. There's not going to be many members of that staff, like Gary O'Driscoll's going to be staying. And there are too many people, by the way, to speak about. It will be like an hour-long video if I was to try and list everybody. It's just impossible. But the scouting system is no doubt, it's already been overhauled in the last few years by John Murtough. I mean, I don't doubt that he tried, But it's like me right now, if I wanted to, I can go and try and use After Effects. And I could probably find a template or two, and I could probably, that looks all right. Yeah, that looks good. And then you compare it next to somebody who's been using After Effects for 3 years, and you go, well, Jesus, yeah, well, I don't know what I'm doing, do I? That's pretty much what John Murtough has done with trying to restructure the scouting department. We brought in a tracker man system with all this data, because data is so important in the modern game, and it really, really is. But, I don't really know what to do with it. Okay, right, lads, we've got all this data. Who's in charge of... What do you mean no one knows what to do with the data? Ah, bugger. Right, well, that doesn't help, does it? So much change is coming, and there's still more coming. Shush! Oh, look, you're going Newport this weekend. Old stomping ground for uni. No tickets, but going for the atmosphere. Super excited. Been waiting for this game since 2010. I've been listening to Goldie Looking Chain this week. And remember Goldie Looking Chain? They got a tune about Newport. So go type after this. Go type Goldie Looking Chain Newport, and you're welcome. All right, you're welcome. What's going on here? Nothing over there. Man, I love these widespread changes. I really, really do. But scouting is going to be one that I really am interested. That one there is going to get a video itself, because you look at it. It's not really. I wouldn't say it's a modern trend for just now, and like it's only happened the last year. I would say it's happened. It feels like it's happened in the last... I think it's gone back further than 5 years, but it feels like it's particularly prominent in the last 5 years. Clubs looking towards the South American market and snapping players up like really young, like Real Madrid and Barcelona. It feels like it's quite a massive part of their recruitment strategy. Is it Real Madrid just got is it Endrick? I think Real Madrid just got Endrick now. They obviously got Vinicius Jr. before. They got Rodrigo before. I'm pretty sure, but who's it Barcelona just signed? Is it Gabriel? I mean, sod knows. Can't remember what the name is. But I know Barca just got one. Pretty sure that PSG have just got Gabriel Moscardo. City, of course, got Julian Alvarez and then loaned him back. They've just got, was it Echeverri? Sod knows what his name is. Anyway, him. I think he's a captain of the under-17s. Loaned him back to River Plate until the end of the season. Vitor Roque, there you go. My point here is that I'm looking at Barca, Real Madrid, PSG, City, and I'm spotting a pattern. I'm saying, well, they're doing it. 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 Who was the last South American? The Manchester. That would be a really interesting. That'll be a really interesting question, actually. Who was the last South American the Manchester United signed? We've got Garnacho, who's Argentinian, but we got him from Atletico Madrid's academy. I wonder that. It's an obvious trend that Man United don't have the scouting network to do. Brighton have been doing it as well. Everybody can see that there's a huge opportunity there. Man United don't take advantage of it. And I think that's going to be a massive part of the scouting overhaul. So good, okay, we can look. We've been doing good in Europe. Alejandro Garnacho, as I said there, I think Alvaro Fernandez was a good signing as well. Hannibal Mejbri was a decent spot, and I think we'll probably make a profit on him, and I think it will go down as a good signing. Willy Cambuela from France as well, decent enough. I think a lot of that was driven by post-Brexit. You couldn't sign any players who were under 18, so United then went massive and scouting in Europe and actually got some good players. We've got to do the same thing in South America. So scouting-wise, that's all got to get changed. So we've had CEO, sporting director. We've had head of recruitment. Now we're talking about medical department changes, head of physio and rehab leaving. Then we look at scouts. So much change is coming. Boy, it's finally I can... Like, what happens on the football pitch is a product of everything that exists behind it. You might just, and it's all we want to do. All I want to do is talk about the football, who played well, what do we change for next week, who was my man of the match, just standard football chat. But everything that happens off the pitch is the build-up and the lead-up to that game. And Man United just haven't had that structure yet in any way, shape or form. That's starting to change. But it's a big old job. It's a big old job. Dan, you're saying INEOS are providing you with lots of topics, Sam, making your job easier. I've enjoyed the content I've been able to make over these last 2 weeks more than I have in a long time. It's been a rough season here on United People's TV. We've had some rough season. Like we went through. We've. I've been here since I think the first year was. Is it 2015? Let me check when the first video. So throw your predictions in the comments. What date do you think the first video went up on United People's TV? I can remember. I'm pretty sure the video was Amy outside Old Trafford. I think that's where Amy is now. Jeez, look at this pic. This would be a cool little thing here, right? Look at this. Hey, you ready for a blast from the past? You definitely wouldn't have known me at this point. But look at that date. 12th of April, 2015. So we are coming up for our 9-year and Jesus. Damn. Man, it is a long old grind, isn't it? 9 years. Nearly 9 years I've been doing this. Ah. Anyway, look at it. Look at this video. Look at that. Look at that for an intro. My God, as if I thought that was good. Oh, look at the font. The font is killing me. Font is killing me. I'm pretty sure he had a branded mic. Look at that. There's Amy with the mic. Because it was at that point where I was looking. Oh my God, that is so bad. The font is so bad. Anyway, 22-second video, obviously. Look at that. Wow. Great production. 10 out of 10. But that's fun. That's fun to look at. Anyway. Let's I think the super chat there. Let's read this bad boy out. I'll read some of your comments and then we'll move on. Shush. From Newport. I'm gonna have to put that on after again. Piro, you sent a super chat, dude. You didn't say anything. Just leave a normal comment and I'll try and read that one out as well. I think Amy went on to work for I think it was Paddy Power. I think it was Paddy Power or Betway, or maybe both actually. I messaged her a while ago. I might message her again after this. Say, look, randomly watching your video on the live show. How you doing? I'll let you know in the Discord how she's doing. But Newport, right? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. No need, dude. Just showing some love. Big up to you, dudes. Oh, I can't wait for this new software. This week has been a bit of a mad week, actually, because it's just something. Sometimes everything just kind of comes at once. The software been flat out doing that, but also in trying to find a new video editor and using certain ones, and then doing feedback on videos, and the quality is nowhere near good enough. There's been a couple of late nights, but we're getting there. And I think after this week, the madness will sort of die down a little bit. Let's talk about Newport, right? I'm looking forward to it. I love watching United in small stadiums. There's just, and that's probably why I'll always have a soft spot for the FA Cup, because it's in the FA Cup where these games happen. When you go into the third round and you get like a sexy draw, it's wicked, right? But Newport, I'm looking forward to it. People are going to take the piss out of the fact that United will play a strong team. This is where you, as a fan base, those players, we have got to cut everything. And I'm not saying the Newport Stadium's bad, by the way. But it's 7,500, right? We've got to cut the noise out, and we have got to be laser focused. Do what in the Beckham documentary when he spoke about post the World Cup, when he got sent off against Argentina, came back, and that's when he got the burning effigies outside pubs, I think in Peckham. And it was just, everybody was like, he was a national villain. And then he went to Manchester United and all the doors were closed. All the phones were off. Well, different phones in those times, but no noise came in. And it was sort of like a sanctuary for Beckham. And then we went on to win the treble that year. What's gone on there? Is my camera frozen? Was my screen frozen? Well, that's a bit weird. You let me know. Is my camera frozen? I am frozen. Wow. Technology really is failing me this week. One sec. Sorry, got to reload. Ladies and gents, I'm sorry about that. Technology has failed me this week. Woo! I tell you what, that is a perfect time for me to be launching the new software. Really. No, that has never happened before. My camera is never frozen. And it's decided out of nowhere, boom. Anyway, we're back in the room. I apologize about that. Let's see if we I really the production, you know what's hilarious about this? We're talking about how far we've come in 9 years, and then I've had the mic muted, my camera's froze, I had the wrong overlay on. Properly, you should sack Man United. Whoa, 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 whoa. That is a well now. I don't know what to think about that. I mean, I'm looking at that going, yes, please. Yes, please. I'm definitely looking at it as yes, please. What do you mean that can't be true? It's bloody It's Fabrizio Romano. One second here, people. This has literally just happened 2 minutes ago. Boop, boop, boop. Piss off, club. Piss off, club. Piss off, club. One second here. 1 second here, people. Jurgen Klopp leaving. I mean, I'm only going to do that for X amount of minutes because unfortunately, yeah, I think my excitement is going to be slightly short-lived because you can see exactly what's going to happen. I mean, Xabi Alonso has absolutely crushed it this season with Bayer Leverkusen. Let's just sod that. Let's not talk about Liverpool's fucking future. Let's just enjoy the fact that Jurgen Klopp, the smarmy media darling that he is, can't do a thing wrong, despite the fact that he's like screaming into a fourth official's face. He can't do a thing wrong. Hold on here. People. I take it you don't want him to replace Ten Hag. No, I don't. I'm guessing that's just a troll. But what? What? Why has he done that? 1 second here, actually. I'm interested. I'm really interested to see this. This might be a strange thing to put on here on United People's TV. But I'm genuinely curious as to why Jurgen Klopp wants to do this, right? So this is what he said. You don't have to hear it. You can just read the subtitles. I mean, I'm presuming he's just burnt out. Yeah, I presume he's just burnt out. But I know you don't need to hear it, but because I can't get sound on these ones. Sod it. Let's just enjoy it for what it is. No more Klopp. No more Klopp. Guardiola, if you don't mind, just getting bored and just hopping ship as well. I mean, do you remember that quote that Eric Ten Hag said at the start? Era's end and era's beginning, all that. Just announced on Sky Sports. Do people still look at Sky Sports as, oh my God, my camera's frozen again? What the fuck is going on? This is annoying me as hell. Sorry, people. I'm pretty sure you can still hear me, though. Can you still hear me? Can I restart my camera? Stop cam, start cam. Oh, this is a joke. Honestly, ladies and gents, I'm sorry about this, but can I just say, let's pull this back up here. What a perfect time. What a perfect time for me to launch the new software. My camera's not frozen at all. All right. The software keeps freezing. This has never happened before. And this feels very, very fitting, doesn't it? The first time, I think my software understands that I'm about to boot it out. But for the first time ever, my software has frozen twice, not once, but twice. And probably in the last time I ever use it. That really does feel like a fitting end. I'm getting more than sacked in the morning. Well, I'm not going to be the only person that leaves, but that there is some massive news. I'm going to be interested to watch the fallout from that. Wow. Anyway, can we honestly, it feels. I'm so happy that I'm launching the new software. Right. Let's talk about Newport quickly. What's your predictions? You let me know in the comments. I'm expecting a clean sweep from Manchester United. Right. Wayne, you're saying Klopp for the Germany job after Euros, dude. I don't think that he's going to go back into management. I think he's going to relax. I think he's just going to sort of like, actually, no, sod that. I'll see what your predictions are in the comments here, but I want to quickly go to that. 4-0 says Ben and Steve. 1-0 says Jason. 2-0 says Cowstab. 1-0 says Madhouse. 10-0 Bertram. 10-0. 3-0 says Ibuka. And 2-0 says Nilanjan. Johan, thank you very much. Gifting 5 memberships. Maybe I can get a camera that doesn't freeze. Woohoo. Oh, actually, as I said, it's not my camera that's frozen. My camera, I can see the feed down here on my monitor. It hasn't frozen once. The connection to the software has broken twice. It's not a hardware thing. It's a software thing. And what a perfect time to launch it. But can I just pull this up one more time? And can I go to this? Because this feels that, yeah, wow, this is really random, actually. I suppose, in my head. One sec. Oh, why does that happen? There you go. One second here. Jeez, I am struggling today. Production levels have gone to an absolute Newport level down here today. My bad. Remember when Eric Ten Hag said this? I remember when Eric Ten Hag said that. And last season we beat City, we beat Liverpool, and it felt like things were really changing in our club. And then it's kind of gone to pot since on the pitch. But that right there, where's that news gone now? Again, I'm doing all the wrong things here. My God, is that it there? That is it there. This right here is an era coming to an end. Now, Barada leaving City for United is not the end of an era. And truth be told, City is such a well-oiled operation. Pun is always intended when I say that they will be able to cope with his departure and probably replace him fine. But they've got 115 reasons why they're worried. And all of us are hoping that is when they get their comeuppance that they do deserve. And finally, at Manchester United, we are starting to, you talk about the deadwood at Man United. There's almost more deadwood outside of the playing squad than there is inside of the playing squad. Eras do come to an end. Tell you what doesn't come to an end, though, and I hope my camera doesn't freeze before we get this bad boy done, but this is definitely Friday, which of course means let's get the map up. You let me know where you're watching from, the town and the country, and I'll give you a shout out. A bit like Klein, my main man from South Africa. How you doing, dude? We used to chat all the time on the old early United People CV Arms, didn't we? Big up to Klein. Gifted 10 memberships to 10 of you. Lucky peeps. Let me see where you're watching from here. We've got Nikki watching from Leeuwarden. I don't know why I turned German. In the Netherlands. Leeuwarden. In Friesland. Man, I love Amsterdam and Barcelona. Wow, I could never choose which is my favorite city. Trying to think. I think I'd probably choose Amsterdam. Would I? No, I think I'll choose Barcelona. Damn it. I don't know. Free sheep watching from Chelmsford. You can go say big up to my mate Ben who lives in Chelmsford. It's got a nice flat, actually. Ben, I know you're not watching, mate, but, it's a decent flat. Actually, it's more like a maisonette. Oh, very nice. Watching from Chelmsford. On you go. And let's get 2 more up here. Why not? It's Friday. And the camera's not frozen, which is always nice. We've got Danny watching from Kolding in Denmark. Is it cold? Sorry. I know. I mean, you have to take that one. Sometimes they're written too easy for you, right? And let's get one more here to see how far away we can go. We've got Steve watching from Halifax, Segar watching from Peterborough, Ellie watching from Nairobi. We've already got Nairobi on here. Ankit watching from Kolkata. We've definitely got that on there. We've got McDonald watching in Blantyre in Malawi. That can go on the map. Blantyre, southern region in Malawi. Awesome. There's so many more we can add onto the map. That was, I'll be honest, a bit of a catastrophe of a show. We had 2 frozen cameras. We had a muted mic. We had, what else did we have? I ballsed up something else as well. They got the overlay wrong too. But I want to go back to that. That's a real shock. It really is. And like we're talking about changing times. I think it probably just means that Xabi Alonso goes into Liverpool. I think their sort of succession path is quite clear. And I think Klopp probably would have known about that before his decision to step down. He wouldn't have left them in a sort of a shit spot. But eras do come to an end. Klopp leaving. INEOS clearing the decks. A lot more needed. Well, I don't need a new gong. We need new software. Ladies and gents, if I can get everything done that I am trying to do, then this show here, I hope it's Steven Gerrard. Someone then, please make Steven Gerrard the manager of Liverpool. I'm begging you. Make him the manager of Liverpool. Get sucked into the romance behind it all because I want to see him fall into a bottomless pit. Like a black hole of football. Go and get Steven Gerrard. Please. My God, that guy has not won in 2 months and just got a contract extension out in Saudi Arabia. Go and get Steven. Go on, Liverpool. Go and get him. Please. He's a club legend and all that jazz. Go and get him. Don't get Xabi Alonso. Leave him out in Germany. Come on. Just get Steven Gerrard, please. Anyway, big up to all of you. And if I get it all done, this will be the last time that we use this software and things are really going to be cranked up a notch. If not, you might just see this on Monday whilst it gives me an extra 24 hours. But big up to all of you. I'll be here lunchtime with my Newport starting 11. All the team news. I was going to run one through in this show, but I didn't now. Today we've got that. Tomorrow, watch out for this. Should be dropping the deep dive on Paul Mitchell, and you really, really want to watch this one. I would say it's probably shaping up to be the best deep dive we've done so far. We've done Blanc, we've done Brailsford, we've done Ashworth. Is it those three? Yeah, it's those three. Then we've got Mitchell coming, hopefully tomorrow. Big up to all of you. Thank you to Klein, to Johan, who gifted memberships, and just being the best community ever. Apologize about the frozen software, but things are about to go up a notch. And it just, I don't know. I'm looking forward to the next few years, much more than I have in these last few years. Although, well, anyway, now I'm just waffling.